busy day in the weather world, but that's good news for me because we get to have Ryan join us today.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is mine. I've been looking forward to working with you. And
I know.
Finally, our paths have crossed on the air. So.
Aside from the, oh, hey, how you doing?
Exactly.
Gotta go, run out the door. But
and I got to throw this out there because one thing that most people may not know is we're both Penn State grads. Our producer's a Penn State alum. So this is like the Penn State show this morning.
I know. We are doing the best we can.
And that's going to kind of be the theme of today, because this is one of those storms where you've got to kind of just hang in there and try to do the best you can, because we're going to be going through a lot this morning and into this afternoon. First, I want to talk a little bit about the different precipitation types we'll be dealing with. Right now, we're in the snow phase of this storm, which is when the entire column of air from the cloud to the ground is below 32 degrees. And that means snowflakes fall and make it all the way down to the ground. But during the middle of the day today, there is going to be some warmer air moving in about 7,000 feet above the ground. And that means the snowflake will be able to melt into a raindrop or melt partially and then refreeze before hitting the ground. That's an ice pellet, or what we call sleet. Sleet is annoying. It's tough to shovel and plow. It's very icy and makes for tough driving. But it doesn't create power outages because it doesn't cling onto anything. It just is an ice pellet that falls and hits the ground. Sleet, or freezing rain, I should say, on the other hand, is what does raise the concern for power outages. And I think we will have some freezing rain late this afternoon and this evening. That's a raindrop that falls and then freezes on contact when it hits the ground and coats just about everything. So sleet's tough to drive in. Freezing rain is what raises the risk for power outages. Right now, though, we've just got snow out there. It's mostly from about Augusta, Waterville south, not getting much yet in Bangor. And there's a little break over southern Maine, but you can see the snow starting to redevelop from the seacoast of New Hampshire down to around Kittery. So steady snow in this region, but it's all going to be filling in as this starts moving north, and it will be snow for about the next 3 or so hours down around Kittery and Portsmouth. But then you can see the wintry mix, which is sleet and then freezing rain that's going to be coming up as we go through the morning. Part of the issue is, again, the ground's cold. We're only in the low 20s right now in southern Maine, teens around Bangor and Waterville, and in the single digits in the far north. Storm system off to our west and south. There actually is some severe weather on the southern end of it, so a lot of moisture and energy as this all lifts through. So let's go through this hour by hour. You can see as we go through the morning, the snow continues to move north. If you're watching in down east or northern Maine, you won't get much snow until later this morning, but it will be snowing in southern Maine all through the morning until about 10 or 11. That's when we'll start to see this changeover from snow to sleet happen in York and Cumberland counties, changeover happening on the mid-coast around noon as well. Meantime, it's still snowing farther north at that point. During the afternoon, I think the sleet makes it pretty far north, probably up to around Route 2. So even near the mountains, you may see the snow change over to sleet this afternoon. And there may also be a little let up in the precipitation around 2 or 3 o'clock, where it's really just a light sleet and maybe a little bit of light freezing rain. But it looks like another slug of some heavier precipitation comes in late this afternoon and this evening. And a lot of this may be freezing rain near the coast, but sleet up in the mountains and farther north, at least close to the mountains. I think far north, you'll stay all snow through this, but some sleet may mix in. And then we finally get this to pull away late tonight. So it's pretty much an all-day affair that takes quite a while to move away. So I think most of us are dealing with 3 to 6 inches of snow before that change over to sleet and freezing rain. 6 up to 10 inches of snow for the Oxford Hills up to around Route 2, and then 10 to 18 inches where it's mostly snow across the far north. There is the possibility, especially near the coastline, for up to about 1/4 of an inch of a glaze from freezing rain. That's not quite enough for significant power outages, but we've got to watch it. There could be some that develop this evening as the ice coats some of the limbs and power lines. Another issue, too, is that tomorrow is going to be windy. We may have some gusts up to 50 miles per hour tomorrow. So if there are trees coated with ice, limbs will likely be falling late tonight and tomorrow morning. So if you live near the coastline in that area where we were talking about there could be freezing rain, you've at least got to think about the possibility for some power outages. And Leanne, it's going to be a cold week. So what we get's not going anywhere. It's going to be a mess.
Oh, man. I'm looking forward to it.
You and me both.